Hey, it's Flip. So for the past 4 years, I've been making lo-fi music and had a blast doing it. The reason I got into lo-fi music, it was sort of a brand new genre and I was just dipping my toes into it. But the other reason is because one piece of equipment constantly made that process so much fun. That's right, I am talking about the KORG MINILOGUE right here. So this guy has been a part of all of my songs actually, and I do mean all of them. I've used it as a lead synth, I've used it as a bass synth, I've used it as layer, some ear candy, you name it, I've probably done it. Since I've had this synth for 4 years, I thought it would be nice to actually make a review and kind of give you a pros and cons list of all the things that, you know, I like about and dislike about the synth. To make this entire breakdown as smooth as possible, I'm going to talk about the 3 main aspects of the synth, and then I will have a TLDW right at the end of this video. Feel free to use the timestamps down in the description below or the chapters, whichever is more convenient for you guys. So let's start off with the build. When I first picked this up, I was astonished at how lightweight but also very sturdy this piece of equipment is. The pros are definitely the look of the synth, but not so much as the feel of it. What do I mean by that? The front, I believe, is made from aluminum, which gives it this kind of edgy look. However, the bottom is all plastic, and the look of the wood right here is, yeah, that's not real wood, that's actually fake wood. But I don't want you to be fooled because this thing is very well built and it's sturdy as all heck. You've got 41 dedicated panel controls that deliver immediate parameter access. That took me a second to say. And they're really easy to understand and they're really intuitive. All of the knobs feel sturdy. Even after 4 years of use, I have yet to have a single problem with any of them. The back has a lot of connections as well, starting with the headphone jack output, audio in, synchronizing in and out with some mini inputs, which is in MIDI in and MIDI out, a USB connection, and then of course the power connection. Now the biggest con that I have with the synth is the keyboard. 37 keys is more than enough for a 4-voice maximum polyphony, but the plasticky feel of the keys is not something that I enjoyed using. To this day, I really do not like how the keys feel on this guy. Even after getting used to them for such a long time, I still just feel that they are very wonky and very easy to break. Okay, so when it comes to sound, this thing is amazing. You have 200 programs on this guy, which the first 100 of them are factory presets. These are just sounds that are loaded already into the keyboard and they're ready to go. But the next 100 are user presets. That means that you can create a sound, adjust it to your liking, and then save into one of those presets right then and there. I really don't have any bad things to say about the sound because it's been with me all this time and I love almost every single sound on it. I do not like the fact that some of the sounds can sound quite tinny, almost to the point where they feel empty. And this is why I ended up gravitating more towards big lush sounds. I'm talking layers, I am talking big whooshing synths, I am talking thick bass sounds, those kinds of things. One thing I would like to mention here is the delay. While it is amazing, it can get a little bit too noisy at times to the point where it's mangling the sound that you're feeding. So this is just a little note that if you do get one of these things, definitely make sure to not fall into the trap of adding delay on everything. Finally, the workflow. I don't want to get too deep at how the entire synth works. What I can tell you is that the workflow on the synth is fantastic. It is so easy to get into just making sounds, making sound effects, soundscapes, and so on and so forth. I've spent hours upon hours on this thing and I just cannot stop making sounds. It's just so fantastic. So a basic workflow for me looks something like this. I would take one of the VCOs and tune it to my liking. Once that is done, I move to the filter section, work on the attack, decay, sustain, and release. It takes off in so many directions from there. It sounds great with guitar pedals. It sounds great with plugins that I have in my DAW, just an all around fantastic synth. I don't know how this guy is so cheap. I don't get it. It can connect and fit into almost any rig, and the fact that it's all analog based makes the synth a joy to have. So as I said, I've used this on all of my tracks, and just so I don't lose some of the sounds, I've ended up sampling almost all the factory presets and some of the presets that I've already made. If you want to get yourself these presets for free, I would suggest looking down in the description below where you just click the link and you can have all of them for free. TLDW of this entire thing is that I love this synth. I recommend it to anybody and everybody. Get it. It will make your life better. If you enjoy making bleeps and bloops, I cannot recommend this enough. Such a fantastic sounding machine. I'm really sad that I have to part ways with it, but who knows, maybe in the future I'll get another one if the opportunity, presents itself. I hope this video helped you out. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you, friends.